Alright everybody, welcome to Jimmy Does Coasters. This is a ranking of all of the drop towers that I have ridden ranked. Big shout out to Lance who commented on my video and asked for this. This wasn't a video that I planned on making, but I thought, why not? Let's just go through and rank all of these. Well, first of all, I'm not going to rank all the kiddie rides, like you go like 10 feet in the air and drop. So I may have been a lot of these at fairs and carnivals and at parks and things, but there are 6 that I remember. So if the 6 that I remember are in my mind, then obviously those are the 6 most memorable, so they deserve all the credit. So number 6 is Maliboomer at California Adventure. This is your typical launch drop tower coaster, and this actually is no longer operating, but it's a little smaller one, for kids to ride, and it's still pretty thrilling, but it's just at the bottom because it's a little bit smaller. Number 5 is the Rocket at Lagoon. This is a Lagoon drop tower. It has a few different ride option experiences. You can choose different pillars, and one of them launches you from the bottom all the way to the top, and then one of you raises you all the way to the top and then drops you. And then on both rides, you kind of have like a slinky experience after that. Both really fun. I think Lagoon's a great park in Utah that people don't really know about. You should definitely visit it if you get the chance. The number 4 is Supreme Scream at Knott's Berry Farm. This one was especially scared of me when I rode it as a kid. But this is like the Rocket at Lagoon, but it's a little bit taller, I think. But it's the same thing where sometimes it will raise you slowly to the top and then drop, and other times it'll shoot you from the bottom. I think this one's fun though because you get a view of the Knott's Berry Farm Park, which is really cool to look at. And it's just like the one at Lagoon. Number 3 on this list is Scream at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. This is the one I rode the most recently, and this is just like Supreme Scream or the Rocket that I previously mentioned. But the cool thing about this is instead of having different towers where you choose to either launch up from the bottom or slowly raise to the top and drop, this one just combined the two into one experience, which I think is like really cool decision from park management. Basically what they did is you will launch up first from the bottom, launch all the way to the top, and then have kind of like a slinky experience. And then once that slows down, then you slowly raise to the top again and then drop. So I think it's really cool that they pack both of those experiences into one so you don't have to choose, and I'm a big fan of that decision. Number 2 is Tower of Terror at Disney's California Adventure. This is now known as the Guardians of the Galaxy Escape or something like that, and I first rode it as Tower of Terror. It's an awesome ride. The theming is the reason this one's so cool. I don't know how this one compares in height, but they take you through this whole big tower. Back when it was Tower of Terror, it was themed after the Twilight Zone. You're going through this dark tunnel, and then all of a sudden this screen appears, and then you see ghosts, and then you drop, and then you fly up, and a window opens, and you see the whole park, and then you drop again. So it's definitely more spooky. I think I've been on it once as the Guardians Escape Coaster, and it's really fun. But I thought the spooky feeling of Tower Terror was awesome. Number 1 is Lex Luthor's Drop of Doom at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This one is a toss-up between that and Tower of Terror because the experience of Tower of Terror is it's just very awesome, all immersive. But Lex Luthor's Drop of Doom is by far the tallest drop tower I've been on. This is built onto the side of Superman, which is no longer operating. And it essentially lifts you up to 415 feet in the air, and it's a very slow ascent. And then you get to the top, and there's some monologue from Lex Luthor, and then you hear the air decompress. And I'll tell you, the first time I rode this, I was pretty scared. I had ridden enough roller coasters that I don't get scared very often, but riding Lex Luthor's Drop of Doom gave me a run for my money because you are so high. You get to what you think is the top, and then you go twice as high. It's just a super bizarre feeling dropping from that high. And then I think you get up to 80 miles an hour before you hit the brakes. And on this one, you don't bounce up and down and up and down. It's just a single drop. But I would say riding Lex Luthor's Drop of Doom feels 10 times more scary than any of the other drop towers that I've been on. So that's why this one takes the cake. So that's at number 1. So those are the 6 drop towers that I remember ranked. Let me know if there are any ones that you say stand out so much that I gotta go ride them. And, just like Lance here, feel free to give me any ideas of videos that you think I should do, and I'll try to get them done. Thanks. The end.